guys, my name is Gabrielle Robinson.
And my name is Vanessa Liu, and we're your co-hosts for the Life Unfiltered podcast.
Today we have a special guest. Her name is Hope. She just graduated from Troy Athens High School. Hi, Hope. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
We're good.
So, do you want to introduce us to who you are a little bit?
Yeah, of course. So my name is Hope McPheeters. I just graduated from Troy Athens High School, and in the fall I'm attending the University of Kentucky, and I do plan on majoring in finance at the university.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Perfect.
So in today's episode, Hope is going to be going through how the Troy School District has allowed her evolve and grow over the years. So let's begin with the first question. Do you remember the last time that you did something that scared you like crazy, but you're glad you did it?
Yeah, so I am actually actively still going through it. Choosing to go out of state for college is definitely a big decision that I don't take lightly, my family doesn't take lightly. But I have been committed to the school since January, but no one really knew about it. I was kind of I don't really know where I'm gonna go and stuff. Sorry, I have something in my throat.
You're good.
And I'm sorry. And yeah, we it's not something that my family really took lightly, and not how I took lightly. But I was really scared to tell my friends oh, I'm committed and I'm going out of state, because everyone wanted me at MSU. Mm-hmm. Everyone wanted me at Michigan State, because that's where everyone's that I know is going and stuff like that. But it just was never in my plan. And so I was really scared to tell my friends hey, I'm going out of state, because I thought the summer was going to be really bad. And I was I'll just keep it a secret for as long as I possibly can. Mm-hmm. That doesn't work for me. I can't really keep a good secret. I can keep good secrets. I can't keep a secret about myself real well. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just telling my friends I'm going out of state, and then them still welcoming me to events and stuff like that. The summer has been crazy busy for me, but at the same time I've still been able to keep my really good close relationships.
Yeah. I remember when I was at Plywolves and I asked you what school you were going to. You're University of Kentucky. I was okay, look at you, ambitious. And you were yeah. And I was why do you look like that? You're no, I'm excited. And I was okay.
Yeah, you told me a few months ago, and I was that's so exciting. I know it's scary, moving away from your family and going to a completely different state, but that's so exciting.
Yeah.
And do you want to explain us why you chose that school?
Yeah, so basically I chose the University of Kentucky because it had a bunch of different programs that I actually really did enjoy. I love the business college. It's the Gatton Business School of economics and stuff. And honestly, I had to write an essay for a scholarship that I actually did get.
Congrats.
Thank you.
No problem.
About why I wanted to go to Gatton and why I wanted to attend the school. And I wrote a very long paragraph about the windows and how the outside of the building and how the inside of the building felt with the community that was being built in there. And also, I get free things that MSU doesn't give me. I get a free iPad. I get free transportation.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting a free iPad, guys. But also at the same time, it did end up being cheaper than MSU. And, I continue to tell all my friends, if you really do want to go out of state, continue to look into it, because, it can be cheaper. I applied to over 70 scholarships, and I've made it way cheaper than MSU could be. And, I know a lot of people are oh, how much? I'm cheaper than MSU. That's all I want to be
Yeah. So I know you're majoring in finance and you're really into that stuff. Can you walk us through how the district has allowed you to find this passion? Because I know you've taken a lot of different classes.
Of course. So I've taken a lot of business classes at Athens, and I've loved every single one of them. Mr. Holder honestly helped me pick out how I want to go about going into business, because I want to do computer science for such a long time. Mm-hmm. And it was never in my idea to go into business. I am double majoring. I'm doing finance and accounting. And the class that I honestly absolutely adored a unit in, the class was not my absolute favorite, but I still loved the teacher and the people that were in it, was econ. And we had a whole tax unit, and it was so much fun. You would see me, I literally started doing a bunch of people's tax forms for them, because it was just, I get so giddy doing taxes.
Yeah, that's an insane statement. Actually insane.
Yeah.
But I have been doing them since I was 14, so I kind of had that upper advantage of I knew how to fill out my tax forms, and I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of numbers. I love math.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I know I can't really say the same, but I was in her econ class, so I saw this happening in front of me. I'm she's got it down. Like, we were all sitting there so confused. What is a W-2? I was like, what is this federal form? And Hope was like so excited to do it, and I knew that was like something that she would do in the future because you're so good at it.
I love it.
That's really amazing. So you talked about how you're going out of state, and I actually relate to that because my brother goes to OU, which is super close to my house, and I'm going to Central, which isn't as far as out of state, but it's still like very different.
Yeah.
So we're both stepping out of our comfort zone. So this leads us into the next question. What's one comfort zone you didn't realize you were in until you were out of it?
So one comfort zone, and it's a little different, like, as I was thinking about this question. I am very hyper independent, and so asking people for help is a really hard thing for me to do. Like, asking people for like help for like the tax form, I wouldn't have been able to do that because I'm like, I can figure this out on my own. Like,
And you did.
and I did.
And you're good.
As I should be. But like stepping out of my comfort zone of just being so dependent on myself was took a lot of work. And like at the start of senior year, I really had to push myself out of being so independent because there were so many things that I had to figure out. Like, my counselor really helped me out with figuring out how to apply for colleges because I was like, I know how to do all this. And then it came down to like, I got waitlisted at MSU, and I'm not ashamed about that. But I was asking her, like, do I have to like reapply? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? And so like reaching out to people was a huge, big step that I had to take. And I didn't realize how uncomfortable I was with just doing everything on my own until, senior year started.
Wow. Okay, so a part of growing up is also handling friendships. So how do you process friendships that quietly ended?
So I process anything by journaling, but quietly ending friendships I feel like are a little different because you don't really expect them. Like, they slowly happen until you're like, oh, wait, why hasn't this person texted me back in a couple of days? And then you're like, wait a second, they haven't texted me back in months, actually, and I've just been thinking that they're replying to me. So I journal a lot. Like, I've had 2 journals throughout my whole high school career. I have one that's freshman, sophomore, one that's junior, senior. And the junior, senior one is definitely a very full journal because a lot of stuff happens your junior and senior year, which, like, again, like, if you want to talk to people, it's great. But to process, like, a quietly ending friendship, I usually journal about it. And the one thing I had to pick up, because I can speak a lot faster than I can think, is, how do I word that? I open my phone up and I put on like the voice memo thing and I record myself speaking and then I write, or I'm writing and then like I'm like, oh, I really can't write this fast. So then I just start talking. And so you'll like look back at pages and it'll be like, oh, XYZ happened, like I can't, and then there's nothing there. And then I'm like, but I'm grateful it happened to me. I don't know what happened because I delete the voice memos immediately. I got no storage on my phone.
Oh. Yeah.
But that's amazing you're able to just put that down. And I know I can relate. I journal too. And it's just like a great thing that you have to put all these like,
Yeah.
what's it called? Like,
I feel like a lot of feelings. Like, I'm also a very vocal person and I really have to talk things through. And like, I just love talking. And I'm like, if something happens, I guess I have to talk about it. But there's some things like with friendships, I really do think it should stay between you and the other person because you don't need to involve the other people in it. It's not their friendship. It's not everyone's friendship. It's you and the other person's friendship.
And it creates like unnecessary drama and then it becomes a big thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So can you think of a time when letting go of a friendship actually created a safe space for something better?
Yeah. So basically, I have had multiple friends where I felt very socially isolated, where I couldn't talk to other people really without them getting like a type of jealousy type of thing.
Yeah, possessive kind of.
Yeah. And like I couldn't hang out with other people. They didn't want to hear about any other interactions I've had with other people. Like, obviously I still was talking and meeting new people. It's kind of like in my job. And I'm a very social person. But once I stopped being friends, like I had to slowly start pushing them out of my life because for me, it was so suffocating to not be able to talk to anyone. And like I was gonna be like shunned for being like, oh my gosh, I had such a funny interaction at work today, like you won't believe it. And then I'd be like not talked to for like 2 days. Right. Like it's in my job. I kind of have to go and talk to people. But a lot of those friendships, when they end, I realize how socially isolating it is. And luckily, like, I've had a friendship that, like, has not ended recently, but my more recent friendship that ended that was like that, I really realized, like, the harm. And I started noticing, like, the red flags. So I had other people around me that really did care for me, and they saw that, like, once I started becoming friends with this person, they never really saw me. And then when they saw that I was, like, distancing myself from them, they saw me again. And so they were kind of just, like, my support group in a way that, like,
Yeah.
I was able to become friends with, like, people that, like, I wanted to be friends with, truly, but I couldn't because they didn't like them because they had a problem with them.
Yeah.
I don't know if that made any sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
feel like that's
did.
like a canon event for girls, if you know what
Yeah.
that means, like
Yeah.
pivotal event in your life, whatever. Like, I feel like a lot of girls I've experienced that too. Like, and I do not like when I have very possessive friends, because
Yeah.
like, why do you not want me to hang out and meet other people? Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're my friend, you should want me to, and like you make friends as well. So I definitely understand what you mean.
Yeah, I'm just too social to not be able to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just can't do it. I really can't. I just strained my vocal cords last week. It's the best I've sounded in the whole week, yeah.
How?
I was gonna say the same thing. How did that happen?
I work a lot, and a lot of my shifts that I do work are about, like, 8 hours, basically every day, and then grad party season. And, you know, I like to yell and cheer. I learned yell from the diaphragm. You gotta
Yeah.
yell down here.
Yeah.
Apparently, I did not learn that well enough. And I woke up on Sunday morning of last week, could not talk.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think I called you on the phone and I literally couldn't even hear your voice. I
Yeah.
remember this.
Yeah, no, it was actually insane.
I low-key thought you saw a ghost for a second, because
No.
it was like very delayed. You're like, oh my gosh. I was like, hold on, wait a minute.
No, that was like a memory I forgot I had. But I'm glad your voice is coming back and that we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yeah, we
of
can.
course.
I mean, the mic helps, but
Am I close enough?
yeah.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give to your younger self about taking emotional risks?
Yeah, I would tell my younger self to be more emotionally aware of other people's situations, and how you personally feel about a situation is completely valid, but how another person feels about another situation is also completely valid. I think everyone it depends on, like, of course, like, how you've grown up and stuff like that, and, like, how your family treats emotions and stuff. But I think a lot of people look really down on anger. I feel like a lot of people are like, you can't be angry, you can't be angry, you can't be angry. And I think anger is another emotion that you have that it's an inside out by all means. Like, you have to experience that emotion, because if you're always just experiencing, like, sadness or happiness, joy or whatever, then, like, you aren't really fully understanding everything, and you aren't able to properly, like, articulate yourself.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like suppressed emotions are worse than, like,
Yeah.
not expressing them at all, because then, like, one thing happens and it's just like everything comes out. So
Yeah.
okay, so this is like an open-ended question for everyone. So would you rather face your biggest fear or tell a close friend that you've outgrown them?
Okay. I thought really long and hard about this one. My first answer was I'd rather tell a close friend.
Okay, but what's your biggest fear?
But that's my thing. I was like, I don't know what my biggest fear is. But my final answer is I would rather face my biggest fear than tell my closest friend. Because when I think close friend, I think of, like, my dearest best friend that I've had since, like, second grade. So she's been in my life for forever, and, like, we know how to deal with conflict. And if it gets to that point, I'm going to be like, we both know. We both got to just whatever. But I feel like facing your biggest fear, you gain a lot of, like, knowledge, and then maybe that you gain a lot of knowledge that, like, maybe will prepare you for that conversation to tell your closest friend, hey, I think we're growing apart. We aren't really seeing eye to eye as much anymore. And so I would face my biggest fear, which I think socially, I really could not tell you what my biggest fear is. But, like, actually my biggest fear, I have a really irrational fear of Jell-O. I just don't like the way it moves.
For
What?
real?
No, I'm so real. I do not like the way...
Jell-O? Wait, hold on. You mean the stuff that's edible?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
No, I don't know. I don't like that it can move on its own. But, like, you know, biggest fear. I really want to go skydiving, but, like, that's a fear that I'm like, I don't think I'm ready for just yet. But that would probably be, like, the biggest fear that I'm like, you know, I could probably learn a lot from skydiving, jumping out of a plane.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
See,
Nessa,
I
what
don't
about
even
you?
I don't know what my biggest fear is either. Like, I have to think about that. How about you?
Okay, I don't really have a big, like,
Yeah.
first of all, if I
right.
did have a big fear, I would not tell people that. Because, like, I feel like if
Wait,
I
you don't
tell
want to tell
you.
people you're scared of Jello?
No. Okay, because I feel like if you're like, okay, I'm afraid of tarantulas, some person is going to come up to you with a tarantula and be like, here. And I'm going to be mad because, like, I just told you I'm afraid of it. Now, why are you up? Like, so I don't really, if I did have one, I would not air it out on the podcast. But I feel like, I don't know. Because if I have a really close friend and I feel like I'm outgrowing them, I would try to fix it, I think, before, like, terminating the friendship. Unless it's toxic. But I've had friends for a long time that, you know, we went through high school. You know, we're not as close anymore, but we're still there for each other. Like, I can still call them, like, hey, girl, how you doing? So it's like, that's not really a bad thing. So I guess that one. But, yeah. Oh, also, you were just talking about, what was the last question that we asked you? Emotions.
Being
more emotionally aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I agree with you on that. Like, that was definitely something that I had to learn too, because I feel like everyone thinks, especially in high school, like, you are the center of your story because, hello, it's your life.
Yeah.
And so, like, a lot of people I've heard is like, oh, this is my life, and everyone else is like their side characters.
Yeah, like main character.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But the only thing is, thinking like that, it, like, makes other people, you know, like, their emotions not as valid as yours. And I feel like I haven't learned that until my senior year, which is kind of sad. But
No, I'm the same way. It would be so real. I'm the same way.
yeah, we read, like, Frankenstein, and that book, okay, I'm not even trying to be like, oh my god, Frankenstein, but actually, like, we learned about, like, the creature and the creator and all of that. And I feel like learning about that, and initially you get so mad at, like, the characters and how, like, Mary Shelley, like, you know, introduces them. But eventually, after we read it and, like, you know, understood the book, I was like, wow, like I low-key did this before. Like, not the whole vengeance killing thing, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, like, judging people, thinking, like, a certain way, and I feel like that evolution, like, was very pivotal for me. So I just wanted to say that, and I forgot, so.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that. Look at you taking things from books.
Yeah.
Okay,
You should
Gabby.
read it.
Okay,
Yup.
literature.
Yup.
So, to put this all together, what's one summer risk, big or small, you're challenging yourself to take this year?
Okay, this summer, it's kind of like a really small one. It actually can fit all into one day. I have my college orientation sometime next month, and I am challenging myself to at least meet 5 new people. Like, 5 new people, get, like, their Instagram, get, like, their Snapchat, get some way to contact them again. And I know, like, the people that you meet on, like, your first week, you probably are never going to see again. But really, it's, like, stepping out of my comfort zone, because I know everyone's like, oh, she loves to talk. But I'm going to be, you know, in a whole new environment that's, like, a little more intimidating to, like, meet new people and talk to new people. So it's fitting all into one day. It's a big challenge and a one-day thing.
I love that.
That's great. Yeah, my orientation is tomorrow. Well, when this is viewed, it won't be tomorrow. But
Mine's Saturday. I'm super excited too.
yeah.
Mine's in a month.
Okay, but you got it. It's
So
gonna
are
be
you
great.
driving, like, all the way down?
Oh, yeah. We're driving down to Kentucky.
Okay, but I drove to
Ooh.
Kentucky before. Well, I didn't.
It's only
drive.
5
But yeah, it's
hours.
not that bad of a drive.
No, you
like,
just gotta go through Ohio.
yeah, it's really not that bad.
5 hours.
That's like a good conversation, a little bit of a show, and then you're there.
Okay, it's one listen through of Hamilton, and then, like, a Zach Bryan album.
Okay.
So, like, why do you know that?
So I had to make a playlist for when I drive down to school, and
But yeah, I like the plan that you made. That's very cute, and it's very wholesome. And I definitely, like, do the same thing because I don't know anyone from our school that's going to Central that I'm, like, very close with. I know there's 2 people, but no one that I'm, like, very, very close friends with. So for me, it's like I'm going by myself. And I'm definitely doing the same thing. So good luck. You got it. And people are really nice because college, everyone is, like, in the same boat. It's just, like, freshman year. So.
But it's also like, okay, so I sound like a Michigan person. My roommate's saying I say mirror weird and college weird. You guys are going to all know I'm not from here.
Okay, but it's okay because then you're unique and
Oh, yeah, then
cool.
I'm cute. With
Yeah.
when I say mirror.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, say it again, Hope.
So, we've listened to all of that you've grown into, and it's such an amazing story. Because I met you like 8th grade.
Yeah.
It was like during the
COVID.
pandemic. It was we were playing like Minecraft together and stuff.
I
And
think I met her
seeing
like a similar time.
Yeah, because you went to Larson, right?
Mhm.
So, but the crazy thing is, we had one English class together online, and next thing you know, I'm trying to figure out who she is because I didn't hear the teacher's question for the breakout room for Galileo.
Yeah, I remember.
I miss her.
I miss her too.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, COVID years, I did not ever listen, bro. That it was like
Oh,
but it's okay. I graduated, so it's fine.
I graduated.
but I wanted to say that just seeing you grow into the woman you are now, like I'm so proud of you, and like you've changed so much, like in the best way possible. Like I've seen you mature so much, and I know we haven't been like the closest throughout high school. We've been like closer and then distant, but that's like what friendship is, and I'm so grateful to see you grow into who you are now. So yeah,
Thank you. And if you ever need your taxes done, let me know.
of course. So do you have any lasting words of wisdom to the audience?
I would probably say that if you really want to do something, you should go for it. Like everyone was telling me, going out of state was a unreachable dream. It's so expensive. It is expensive. Don't get me wrong. But it's college, regular college expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you do have like one dream and you want to set yourself up for it, do everything you can to make yourself have the best possible chance of it. Like I wish freshman year I worked on my GPA a little bit more, so then I could have maybe gotten more scholarships. But you guys have to like also like adjust with everything that does happen in your life, because there are things that are going to pop up, like especially in high school, that you just can't plan for.
Right.
There's no way for you to plan to have like COVID.
Right.
And like you just have to like be able to learn how to roll with the punches, and if you fall, you're just gonna have a really cool bruise after it, because that's how it works for me. So
oh, I love
That's
that.
really great, yeah. Well, thank you for listening to our podcast, and thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you so much, Hope, for making the time to come on. And thank you to our audience for tuning in on this week's episode. You guys know where to find us at live.unfilteredpod on YouTube, Spotify, and Instagram. And we're your co-hosts, Vanessa Liu.
And Gabrielle Robinson.
And always remember to embrace the mess and live life unfiltered.
Bye, guys!